Hello, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and it's a glorious Saturday, February the 10th, if I'm not mistaken. If it isn't, my minced beef has gone off. It's in the fridge. I'm at, I'm near Aphrodite's hidden beach, which is just down there. And I had come up here to fly the drone, but I've left the drone at home. So I've got the remote controller for it, but because I was charging it, but I forgot to include the drone. So I'm here now anyway, so I might as well have a wander around, and I have a look at the various beaches between here and Polis. Now this area here is an eco-friendly campsite, I believe. It used to be not so eco-friendly, and there were little huts with concrete floors dotted around the area, but they've since been replaced with things like wigwams and teepees. I'm more interested in showing you the scenery, to be honest. Don't want to get too close to the side for obvious reasons. It's a glorious day, perfect for drone flying. Bit muddy here. A bit more of interest down this way. Now, there are a couple of tracks going down to beaches down there, but because I only want to spend a couple of minutes at each spot, I'm not going to bother showing you them. Oh, it's a bar. I don't know if the place is even open at the moment. Gate certainly looks shut. Let's go over here though. There's a tiny footpath there, but does that just go to an edge? A very slippery edge. Yes, it does. I'm not going to go any closer than that. Oh, so nice though. There is a bit of a haze in the air towards Troodos Mountains. I mean, it's a lot clearer looking towards Pachyammos. Oh, there's a fisherman down there. I don't know if you can see that. And that little bit of rock that's jutting out. So somewhere down there is a path that gets you to the beaches, which are tiny little coves. They're private places though. Anyway, where should we go next? I'm at Aphrodite. I'm at the platform above Aphrodite's hidden beach now. And there's the main body of the beach itself. And it extends on the little shoreline to that funny looking rock with the cross on top of it over there. From a certain angle it looks like a turtle, and this is not the correct angle obviously for that. And there's a pathway that goes down to it, and there's some toilets there which are in use, I mean open rather. And here is the Aphrodites Baths restaurant. I'm walking around to the other side now because there's another nice little platform over there. There's the car park to the Aphrodites baths themselves. And if you do go and visit the baths, don't just see them. There's some very nice nature trails which are more pretty than the actual baths. So consider that the start of your visit here rather than the complete journey. Baths of Aphrodite restaurant. This way to the beach. There's the platform I want to go on. I imagine that's a very popular spot for newlyweds to get photographed on. You can see why. Certainly beats the view from Wokingham Registry Office. Oh, don't worry, Alex, I wouldn't have had it any other way. So let's have a quick look at the scenery. I'll pan round. Move on to our next beach. Right, I've skipped the dog beach and I'm now at Takkas Bay restaurant, which is quite obviously closed for the winter. I just walk down to the beach from here. Make sure I've got my microphone switched on actually. Yep. Oh. Is it closed for the winter or closed for good? Can't honestly say. Spear guns are forbidden there, I know that much. I can see lots of chairs and stuff in there, so I take it it's just closed for the winter. We accept all sorts of guards. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff in there that's just boarded up, so I'm protecting it all from the weather. There's a beach here. It's mainly small pebbles and a bit of sand. Around that point is the dog beach. If you do go to the dog beach, when you get to the area, go left, because the bit in front of the little car park there isn't just the dog beach, and your dog will be very short-changed if he only goes there, and probably break a leg. Right, over there we have Chalavro Bay, which is where we're going next. There's a rather rustic boat there. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. There are other little coves and beaches between here and Chalavro Bay, but I don't have time this morning to visit all of them, and this is only a fleeting visit where I can justify being here because I left the drone at home. Why? Right, now I'm at the funny little car park that is above Chalavro Beach. It looks like they tried to install a shower there at some point, but it hasn't quite worked out. And the beach itself is down here. Now, despite its somewhat rough and ready appearances so far, this is probably one of my favourite beaches in Cyprus because it's very long and unspoiled. But if you like a bit of posh, there is a nice hotel at the far end, I'm not going to walk up there all today. And you can't really see it because they haven't got the sunbeds out for obvious reasons. Oh god, that was muddy. But up there you can see the hotel, and in the summertime there's lots of sunbeds in the corner up there, but the rest of the beach you're left to your own devices. There's the dog beach around the point and Takkas bar, it's in the distance, and there's another bar which is probably more widely used before there, but sand wise it is, I suppose it passes sand. I'm not sure what it's like for sand castles, but it's definitely sand here. There are pebbles as well, but it destroys the myth that there aren't any sandy beaches in Paphos. I'm now going to head to Latsi. I'm now at Latsi Harbour and beaches. Now, this place could well look a lot different in a few years' time, or a few decades' time even, given how long Paphos Marine has taken to get off the ground. But there are plans to upgrade the port. I'll have a brief look. There should be some nice reflection shots here. I'm not going to walk down the main drag because I want to go to another beach as well.
Hello.
Now, if they do try and turn this to something like Isle Napa Marina, I think they might be shooting themselves in the foot, because most people come and visit Latsi because of its, shall I say, rustic charm. And it isn't mass tourism. Oh, lovely reflection shot there. And trying to turn it into that could just destroy the area, because let's face it, if you're going to go head to head with Ayia Napa, you need to have better beaches than you do here. You should instead rely, I believe anyway, on your own strengths rather than copy them. But I'm just here making a film. I'll take a few pictures as well, I think, because that is rather nice. I don't know why I'm whispering. Right, on to our final beach. Right, we're at Polis Municipal Beach now. It's our final destination. They're doing a lot of road works on the main road here. Whether they're road widening or what, I'm not sure. But there's diversions in place and everything. I know the whole area is getting a bit of a upgrade. There's a map of the area. Keep off the breakwater. I've seen that sign before. Right, there's Latsi Harbour up there, and this way you get to Polis Campsite Beach. I'm definitely not going there because at this time of year the road will be quite muddy and I'm not in the 4x4, but there is a nice coast path. One day I'll actually walk that like I've done the Paphos and Cloaca ones. It's only fair, but not today. And beyond Polis Municipal Beach you have the whole of Shavo Bay, stretching all the way around beyond the point, and Pachyammos and Pachyammos, and then you would take a little bit of route through the countryside before getting down to Kato Pyrgos. And some lovely beaches there as well. If you want to find out about that part of Cyprus, then you should look at our road trip ebooks parts 3 and 4, which cover the route from Polis all the way to Kato Pyrgos, and beyond that it's occupied territory. But we're finishing here. I'm sorry I couldn't bring you any drone footage today, but I hope this makes up for it. Cheers.